Brandon, I guess you obviously had some chances probably to go pro after last season. I'm just curious what led you to kind of want to come back to South Carolina, and how excited are you that, of what this potential staff could look like?
Yeah, obviously, like coming back, improving like my strength and development with Billy in the weight room was a big key, and then getting back here and having the good staff that we have and the bullpen and having Thomas come back too is something that was really encouraging. So I mean, I was hopeful to come back, and either way, I was going to come back probably, and try to make a run at Omaha is our thing. So,
Greg Hadley.
Hey, Brannon, just piggybacking off of that, what do you make of this staff and its depth? How good do you think you guys can be?
I mean, I think we can be really good from what I've seen, last year that we didn't get to play the full season. I thought our bullpen was really good. And then just adding those freshmen that we have this year and some of the other junior college guys, I think we're going to be really good. We can command the ball and throw strikes, and I think we'll hunt outs all season. I think we'll be good for the most part.
John Whittle.
Hey, Brandon, there's obviously a lot of guys on this pitching staff who are obviously very talented. What's the dynamic like with you guys knowing that, there's only a certain number of innings that y'all have this season, and there's a lot of competition to try to get those innings?
Yeah, I mean, I think it fuels a lot of us. We got a lot of guys that can throw a lot of innings. I mean, I think we have freshmen that could throw on the weekend or, anywhere. And, so that fuels me personally. And I think everybody else on the staff as well. Not with just the freshmen though. We got talented arms everywhere. So I think it's just kind of like the competition week in, week out is really pivotal for us to just keep on getting better and to be able to compete with those upper echelon SEC teams for sure.
Colin?
Brandon, I guess we didn't get to see a lot of Julian last year, and obviously coming off Tommy John, how big of a jump have you seen from him, and who are some of the freshmen that have really stood out to you, I guess, in the fall and this preseason?
Yeah, I mean, I would say Boz has been, one of our best arms from the fall and into the spring. What he did in the Garnet and Black World Series was pretty special. I thought that second time he threw. And then some of the other freshmen, I mean, I think, obviously the Sanders, Cottos, and Mahoneys throw it well. Phipps and all those other guys. I mean, that freshman class is just very deep and talented. So I think they could throw anywhere really. And I mean, it's good to see too, those guys come in here and, we haven't played any real games yet, but just to kind of see what they've done against our hitters, it's, you can tell they're pretty special.
Greg?
Brandon, obviously you talk about the competition and you don't want to take anything for granted, but do you kind of approach it with the mindset of, all right, I'm going to be a weekend starter, or do you take, I mean, are you, is that something where you feel like you have to fight for it?
Yeah, I'm definitely always fighting for a spot. When I see a guy throw better than me or throw good on the weekend, I'm reluctant to try and throw as well as they do or, match what they have done before. So, that I think that's kind of how we all are. That competition kind of, makes us strive to be better and do a lot of things, that we wouldn't have done without that. So.
Brandon, this team's obviously gotten, because of the freshman class and all of you guys returning, has gotten some preseason hype. I'm just curious how you manage that. As an older guy on the team, do you talk to the young guys? How do you kind of go about addressing that as the season approaches?
I think what King said a lot last week about it, we do have that hype around us, but that's not like end goal to be number 18 in the country. Because the number 18 team doesn't finish in Omaha and doesn't finish with a ring on their finger. So I think we're excited with the team that we have and the talent we have, but I just think still kind of humble. We haven't proven anything to anybody, and we still got to go out and play and win ball games.
John?
Is there anything different about you this year versus last year?
I mean, I would say I've gotten stronger. Billy's put on some muscle on me for sure. The weight room was something that I really focused on over the quarantine, from summer into the fall. And I would say that's the biggest thing for me, is getting stronger. And then, just keeping up nutrition wise with the stuff at home. I got Thomas helping me cook, and so we combo on some meals pretty well, and it's a good time. So I would say that nutrition and weight for sure.
Who's a better cook, and what's your favorite thing to cook?
I'll give the crown to Thomas on that one, because he'll probably ring me a little bit if I make fun of him, but he can grill pretty well. So we cook about every night, and yeah, he's better than me for sure, but I'm hanging in there.
Well, he spoke last week, so he's not going to have a chance to rebut you for a while. So you can if you want.
No, he's better. He's better. I'll give it to him, but he can grill.
Greg.
Yeah, just mentioning the weight room, Coach Kingston's talked a lot about the gains that the pitching staff has made, and especially in terms of velocity and power arms. How much of that was an emphasis for you coming in, and how much do you see it throughout the entire pitching staff?
Yeah, I mean, that was an emphasis, like just overall trying to get stronger, throw harder is something that, as a pitcher, you can always get better. I mean, velocity is definitely pivotal. Other than the fact that just being able to pitch the ball in general, but I mean, I think that's always something in the back of our heads that's pretty basic, but that we're always trying to get better at is just gain velocity, gain muscle, stay strong, and that kind of thing.
Brannon, you go against these hitters pretty frequently. I'm just curious, what do you feel like this offense has the potential to be, and how good is this group of hitters that you're having to go against every week?
I think the potential is pretty limitless for sure. When I was the manager for the black team the Garnet team during the Fall World Series, it was fun to sit there and like make out lineups and try to figure out where the holes were, and like there was really no holes in each lineup on either side, because I'd make one for the black team too, and just kind of see what we'd match up against. And that was our team separated into two different squads. So when we're together, it's really fun to look at and kind of piece the puzzle together and see who all is going to get the most ABs and that kind of thing. But yeah, I think for the most part this lineup's got a lot of potential, and I think we can do some really good things.
Any hitter that frustrated you more than others in terms of going against him in a scrimmage?
Yeah, that guy coming up next in the back of Kent's camera, he's pretty frustrating to face.